pulled you out after about 4 minutes. He said you just looked like you were a little bit sluggish. You only sat for a minute and a half and you came back like a changed player. Did you just need to recalibrate, refocus? What was that about?
I don't know what I started with. I don't know what that was, but I caught my second win as soon as I sat down for a second, so I just needed that quick breather.
And did you feel like you played your best game so far?
Oh, definitely. I felt like I played with more confidence than what I've been playing with. I think partially that's confidence in myself and my playing abilities, but confidence in my knee. So I just felt a lot freer on the court tonight.
Kind of going off of that, where are you just feeling the most comfortable now that you are a few games back and being back again?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. What was the first one?
Where are you feeling more comfortable now that you are a few games back?
I think the biggest thing is I feel like I'm building confidence in my knee again and being able to trust myself. So not just wanting to stand on the 3-point line and shoot, but being able to attack and drive and be aggressive. And I think that also just helps everyone else around me being more of a threat.
Did the absence of Paige tonight have any impact on you guys mentally, just kind of knowing you had to be more aggressive to make up for some of that volume?
I think for sure. I think just knowing that she's out, everyone knew that we're missing everything that she brings. So everyone had to step up and bring a little bit more than they usually do, which, I mean, it sucks that she's out and it sucks that we've been saying this, but it held us kind of more accountable to do that tonight.
Allie, I guess the biggest adjustment probably when you come to a place like UConn is, you were the number one player wherever you were, and now you come here and there's so many great players. How have you handled that process of, having to kind of earn every minute you get and take care of every minute you get? And obviously tonight you got an opportunity to get around.
I think that's kind of why you come here, just to be pushed and play against the best and learn from them. Obviously Azzi, Paige, all of them in practice. You get to play against them, you just get to watch them and learn from them, and then do workouts and everything. So I think it's really cool just to see their ability, and then you get to learn from that and play with it.
So what have you learned from from working with?
From working with them, honestly, just attacking more, or even how they control and use their body more, bump players to get a foul and finish, just stuff like that.
Allie, did you feel like this type of game was coming, where you were going to start knocking down some shots and put up a big point total?
I don't necessarily know if I knew it was coming, but I'm usually a pretty consistent shooter. I feel like I've been struggling with that a little bit this year, so just finding a rhythm, it was going to happen eventually. But
I knew it was coming.
Okay. I guess she.
Can you just talk about that, Azzi? Was it just seeing her every day in practice, make threes? What made you think it was coming?
Like she just said, she is a very consistent shooter, and she's been shooting so well in practice. Since preseason, I remember watching the first practice, and I was like, oh my goodness, she might be a better shooter than me. And so I knew it's hard to get in your rhythm when you first get here, when you're playing, figuring out your role on the court kind of. And so she played really well tonight, and everyone was finding her. It was she was wide open. I'm what are they doing on defense? But when she gets going, she's on fire. You're not gonna be able to stop her.
Allie, Coach is talking to you guys a lot about knowing who you are and kind of staying within yourself when you're playing. How have you kind of embraced those conversations? What has that dialogue with you guys been like over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it was really hard for me at the beginning, just trying to figure out what to do. But he always talks about you do what you were recruited here for. So just trying to be that scorer, still stay consistent, not to get too worried with the highs and lows.
Sarah, can you just talk about everybody looks at you as a scorer and this young phenom. Today you made your mark maybe on defense, the 5 steals and just playing really hard. Did you go in with that focus today, or?
Mentally, I feel like I did. In practice, I've been focusing a lot on defense, and obviously can get better at that. So my focus was defense today.
Did it feel good to come up with those steals and just kind of build on that?
It did, yeah, because I really try.
Azzi, looking ahead to Saturday in the Georgetown game, what does that seriousness of that game mean to you, especially your family connection to Georgetown?
I'm very excited. This will be my first time actually getting to play at Georgetown, or even just at home. I've been out for all of those, so I'm super excited to get to play with all my family and friends in the crowd. I played on that court actually at my high school like state championship game, so it's kind of just like a cool little flashback moment, like full circle moment. So I'm super excited for it.
Does your mom ever talk about facing UConn as a player?
She has actually, and she would talk about like the drive and how there was nothing there but that one subway like right before the highway. And on one of my visits, the coaches made like a little highlight tape of my mom against when they played UConn. I thought that was really, really cool to see her actually playing for Georgetown. She didn't talk about it too much.
Anything else?
What was Paige like on the bench? Are you guys concerned at all about her getting teed up at any point?
I mean, that's a CD issue. CD has to, tell her to calm down, but you can't tell Paige to calm down. She's everyone's biggest cheerleader, biggest fan, biggest supporter, so there's no telling her to calm down. There's none of that.
As you talked about having confidence in your game, how do you do that? It's just a matter of getting out there, cutting enough times that you feel like, okay, I'm just going to play, I'm not going to worry about anything else?
For me, it's just getting like the extra reps in. So before I started doing team practice, I was doing individual workouts with some of the practice guys, and then in practice, I think one of the big things was being mindful of what I needed to work on. I knew I needed to be more aggressive and get those reps of attacking, being physical, going into contact, getting comfortable with that again. So just being mindful of what it is I need to work on to get those reps of, to just continue to build that confidence.
How about getting the and ones? Is that something that
That's a nice bonus. That feels really nice.
is that a big part of your game? You think the next step, everyone knows you can shoot the ball, but to be able to put the ball in forward and get to the rim?
For sure, for sure.